Welcome to the Homeschool Paradigm Podcast. I'm Sarah, and my mom, Angela, is here.
Hey,
My sister, Rachel, can look like home.
homeschool can feel like home.
It can look and feel
I
like
want to say
home.
should. I want to say should. Rachel won't let me say should. Homeschool should feel like home. It's your home. You're the parents. You're a family.
Yeah, so I was thinking, you get to realize homeschool is allowed to look like you're at home doing it,
Oh, goodness. Yes.
which I would say is like the first basic thing that you probably be able to talk about.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like it needs to.
I've noticed a lot of homeschool moms like say things, I think in your homeschool groups, because you've been reading questions and
Yeah.
whatever. But I've noticed that what a lot of them picture it as is like this beautiful like room where their kid is sitting at a desk and they're standing in front of them and they're listening to them and
Yeah.
they never are saying anything or interrupting them and doing their schoolwork like beautifully. I think it's helpful, honestly, to recognize that it doesn't have to look a specific way. It doesn't have to look the way you're imagining, and it doesn't have to look like a classroom and a teacher.
Yes. So many times I think moms are worried that they don't have a room or they don't have, like, it's a worry. I mean, I don't mind if somebody
Yeah.
wants to have that stuff and it's great and it
Yeah.
makes them feel good, like fantastic. But I don't like people to worry that they can't do it if that's not what they have. We never had that.
I think it's
We
just the
could do
worry
it.
that they like don't have enough, and I feel like you kind of always have enough to learn, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So like I mean sometimes I remember wanting a table for a very long time.
Oh
I
yeah.
wanted a table. I wanted it to be like a school table, remember?
I hated that.
We got
It was
like a folding
cold.
table
It was
first.
cold, and it filled up the entire living room because our
That
house
folding
was like
table, yes. And we
as
had to
big
like
as.
take it down at the end of the day. Yeah, it was bad. But anyway, so like worrying that you don't have what you need. How can we help people not
Yeah.
worry?
It's helpful, at least to me, to remember when I think of homeschooling my kids someday, that a home is a like a beneficial, how would I word that? Beneficial environment to learn in. So it's not like you have to change the environment that your home is
Hmm.
and make it be not like a home in order for kids to like learn really well there.
Right.
I think a home is a great place to learn, and people forget that a home is a great place to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. And also about being at home, I wanted us to be comfortable all the time, except for wanting the table. But we didn't really, I mean, we didn't use that too much when we did get it. Where did we learn? The couch, the recliner,
Like physically,
the floor, yeah, the backyard, the kitchen table when something was going to be messy, laying in the bed,
yeah, I mean, I think
on
again, just the
walks.
normal places that children learn things from their parents within a home. It's
Yeah.
all over the place.
Oh, I was just thinking about like learning things at home and like I babysit, and
Hmm.
I watch him learn. He's like almost 11 months old now, but like I watch him learn things so quickly. I mean, inside and outside, but like just crawling around, looking at things, doing things.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of naturally, like babies are very, I don't know what the word for that would be. Babies are like instinctual. So
Hmm.
I feel like you can kind of still cultivate that as
I
people
mean,
get older.
you're that way as a human
Yeah.
all the way forever. So, well, and
Mhm.
I'm just as you're saying that, I was just picturing, like 20 11-month olds sitting in high chairs in rows, trying to be taught all at the exact same time how to, you know, I don't know, use a spoon. I don't know. He's not using a spoon yet at 11 months, I guess.
It's funny because we don't really change how we learn that much. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like we explore
Yeah.
things, we put our hands on things.
Yeah.
We're kind of like 2-year-olds in our brains. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty much like we don't change how we learn. We don't like lick things to learn about them anymore. But we touch them,
Still,
like if you
okay.
want to know what
I mean,
something
if we want
smells
to know how
like,
something tastes.
you do eat it.
Yeah. My husband, Tarun, and I, we go to this art museum once in a while that's just in town, not too far from us. And every time we go to that art museum, I don't want to just look at the art and read the plaques. Like, I want to touch every single thing that's in that museum. I'm like, I could learn so much more. I don't know what it would be, but I need to know how this feels. I feel like, oh, if I see something that somebody like carved or sculpted, I want to touch it
Oh,
because
you definitely. I wanted to touch
I
everything
want to
when you
know how
took
it
me there.
feels. I want to
Yeah.
know what they felt, what they made. Like
Hmm.
feeling it is like a whole part of it. Looking at it is just one thing. So I think like that's funny. Like we
Well,
don't necessarily lick things. I don't lick it because I know about germs now.
not
But
necessarily.
honestly, if I didn't know about germs, I you might want to lick it. Like
Sure.
you want to lick it, you want to feel it, you know?
I do think that that's like, I mean, I think if you're going to think about learning as an experience, which I feel like a lot of homeschoolers probably do, which
Yeah.
is part of the reason they want to homeschool, it kind of takes you back to the reason that you want to do that is because you don't want your kids to just sit there and look and listen. They need to like touch and build and play. They go on field trips, but like field trips are super rare. But like
Sure.
when you think
Yeah.
about the
The
reason
year.
of field
Yeah.
trips, it's like for the
And you
experience.
go somewhere you're not allowed to touch stuff.
Right. Like you go for the experience of learning and feeling it and like actually, I don't
Mhm.
Yeah, it is kind of funny. Like, yeah, it's amazing. Oh, everyone is always so excited for a field trip. A field trip is the best thing
It's
or
like getting out of
whatever. And
prison.
then
I'm
like
sorry.
the whole rest of the school year, you don't do that. What in the world?
Right.
I'm sorry. Maybe as a homeschool child, I think of it as prison, but I really do. If I don't know what it's like for people. Maybe some of them like it, but I'm like, yeah, it's probably like getting out from behind bars to go on a field trip.
No, I was with a friend this morning. She's a teacher and she was talking about like kids not wanting to be at school. And she said something like something she said to a kid like, oh, well, school is an opportunity, which it is. I think
Hmm.
like, of course, like public school is an opportunity also. There are a lot of good things there. But then the kids said back to her, no, it's a prison. We legally have to be here. We don't decide to be somewhere else. We're just here every day for hours. Like they said, oh, it's a prison. And I just thought that was interesting because I do think like obviously there are a lot of good things that happen in public schools, but then yeah, I think just that feeling of like wanting to get out and thinking, I think the world kind of thinks right now, like, oh, school's the place where children learn. But really, it's kind of basically the place for children to learn is at home.
Yeah, honestly, so, I went to public school and you go and they explain things to you or talk to you or whatever, and then you go home and you do the homework, and during the homework is when you really learn. And of course, I'm thinking math because it's always
Yeah.
math, right? But, they explain whatever, and you're kind of like, maybe I can do that along with you. And then you go home and you do the math problems, and that's when you actually learn to do it. So honestly, even in public school, I learned at home doing the homework or doing the research for the paper I was
Yeah.
writing or whatever it was. It's not like I actually learned a ton at the place.
So I think a
Yeah.
big part of it is just going back to what we were talking about at the beginning is just realizing that you actually do have a conducive environment for your kids to
Yeah.
learn.
Hmm. Yeah,
And not like stressing yourself out about trying to make that environment something different.
right. So that takes us right into you're the parent. So I think, as the parent, you're not like trying to change your environment. You want to stay the parent. You don't want to change into the teacher. Just on the last episode I did, uh, with your dad, we talked a little bit about you don't need to change your clothes. I said like there was advice when you guys were really young, like change your clothes so that you're not the parent. You are the teacher when you go to, and I don't think changing your personality or your expectations of your relationship or anything helps your kids learn. I think they're just kind of like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
I think using
Yeah.
your personality to help your kids learn is obviously more helpful because like when I don't know, sometimes I felt like I did learn better just laying in bed, being comfortable, and that's definitely like part of your personality. My mom loves being comfortable.
I do love to be
Like
comfortable.
we learned in our pajamas a lot of the time, and like I honestly I feel like I can't actually I work from home. I feel like I can't actually get into my work unless I'm like in my pajamas comfortably. Most people are like, you got to be at a hard desk, but I'm like, I'd have to chain myself to it to get myself to do any work there.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I have a desk, but I don't really use it. But I just think that that was part of, I don't know, her personality that actually did help me learn that I still kind of have as like a fun little weird thing.
That's not weird.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think maybe just try to relax and realize like what you have. You have the environment, you have the personality, you have what you need
You love your
for
kids.
your kids learning. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they know you. Like that's part of the comfort of home, right? That they know their parents.
I
And
think you just
that,
need to like think about and remember like you're actually the best person to be teaching them.
yeah, even if you don't already know every single thing. And then the last thing was, well, oh, your family. So like we like to talk about being partners with our kids and learning together. So if you don't know every single thing, and you're not going to because nobody does, and teachers at school don't either. Nobody does. So you learn together. Like I've just always been baffled. If we think that our, 10-year-old can learn something, why is it that we think we can't? I just can't get my brain to understand that. Like if I expect my 10-year-old to be able to learn something, why can't I go learn it to help them learn it? Like we can help each other learn it. What do you think about that? Like, I didn't know everything already.
I feel like I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, how does my mom know everything already? But then
Yeah.
sometimes it would surprise me and I would be like, oh, she doesn't know this math concept yet. But then you would go and learn it and then figure it out. And I could watch you figuring it out. And then you would teach it to me because like you didn't have as hard of a time learning it as I did most of the time. I think it's interesting because like being homeschooled, I watched like my parents do things, kind of like when we like remodeled the kitchen. Like I watched you guys learn things, and then you would teach us certain things that we could help with. So I think learning together is, yeah, kind of like we said, you signed up to be together and to learn together. So
Yeah, you're definitely going to learn stuff while you homeschool. I mean, honestly, I remember so many more things from homeschooling you than I remember from my own education, because I learned a lot along with you.
So I think if you're going to take any of your own homework away from listening to this podcast, it's probably to, I think, just being grateful. Maybe like write down a couple things you're thankful for about your good home, the good feelings in your home,
Yeah.
the good aspects of your relationship with your kids, and just be thankful for those things. When you focus on those things get bigger. So I think just practicing recognizing the good that your home has and you have.
Ooh, yes, and I think to help that, I'm going to put my link to the Homeschool Connection Journal in the
Yeah.
description because
Yeah.
that's
Use
what the whole
that.
thing is about. Yeah, use that and you
Yeah.
can see what you're doing already that's good in your home
Hmm.
together.
Yeah.
sounds
And then you
good.
can come back and let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.